What is going on, beautiful folks? Today, we're talking about the broke narcissist. When that pesky desky broke narcissistic person, that broke narcissistic ex of yours, has $0. Well, man, not even $0, y'all. When they don't have a lot of money, when their finances are not financing, when the money is not moneying, when the stocks are not stocking. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and that's what we're talking about today, y'all. The broke narcissist, the narcissist that doesn't have an access to a lot of money. And I think a lot of people will vibe with this video because there's a lot of narcissists or a lot of people who are dealing with narcissists that understand that not every single narcissist is rich. Not every single narcissist is famous. Not every single narcissist has gallon bags of money laying around the house. That's just not true, right? And I think a lot of people already know that. A lot of people just already understand that not every single narcissist is coming from, has resources, has finances, and things of that nature. So, have you dealt with a broke narcissist? How was it? What was your experience like, y'all? Tell me about your experience in the comment section, because I do a lot of one-on-ones over Zoom, right, at mentalhealness.net. And there's so many people that just say, Lee, the narcissist brought nothing to the table. No money, no nothing. I was the provider for the house. And it's males, it's females, it's gender non-conforming folks. There's so many different people that say, Lee, they had nothing. But they acted like they had everything. That's the thing right there. The narcissist that has no money will still try to control the money, right? Just because they don't have it doesn't mean that they won't try to control it. And I think that's what a lot of people have to understand, and a lot of people have to reconcile with, that just because a narcissist doesn't have money doesn't mean that they won't try to control the money. That right there can be so frustrating for so many people when you're trying to understand a narcissist. Like when you are working 2-3 jobs, right? And they don't work at all. They sitting around the house, stinking the house up, farting, playing the game, just not doing anything. And y'all don't even have kids, right? There's no kids to even take care of. They just lazy. They don't have a job. They fell on hard times, and they still haven't got back up from those hard times yet. A lot of y'all have dealt with that person, and they make your life harder. I think a lot of people, when you hear financial control and financial abuse by narcissists, a lot of people assume, and rightfully so a lot of times, right, that the narcissist has the money that they're abusing you with. But that's not always going to be true, because even when the narcissist doesn't have the money, they can still make your life harder because they still feel like they're entitled to your money. To whatever money is available, they feel like they're entitled to that, point blank, period, in the story. That's what so many people have to go through when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, is just understanding that no matter what, they're still going to try to control every single thing about the situation. They're still going to try to control every little microcosm of everything, y'all, because this is how they are. They still want control. Just because I don't have money doesn't mean I don't want control. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Just because I don't have it doesn't mean that I don't want to control it. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, you got to prepare for this. You have to. If you're dealing with a broke narcissist, you have to prepare for them to always feel entitled to your money and still try to control the money, right? Now, let me say this right here. Not every single narcissist, it's like some narcissists are stay-at-home parents, right? And that's good. That situation, that's the touchy topic and whatnot. Just because you're a stay-at-home parent and feel like you should have access to the money does not make you a narcissist. I'll have to say that right there, because I know there's stay-at-home parents, notice I said parents, that will hear me say, well, Lee, I don't make the money. I feel like I should still have access to it. I feel like I have rights to the money because I'm doing other things. Yes, stay-at-home parents. The parenting is your job, right? Stay-at-home parent, stay-at-home spouse or whatnot, right? That's your job. So yes, you should have. That's kind of like an equitable decision that y'all have made together for you to take care of the kids and for them to provide the money for the household if you're not working from home or something like that, right? So yeah, that's understandable. But narcissists don't. The narcissistic person feels like they should have absolute control and absolute say over the money, and you don't get to reel them in. Right, the broke narcissist will get spending habits. Like if you give them access to the money, the broke narcissist, or control of the money, that broke narcissist will develop spending habits that will just drive y'all into bankruptcy. And this happens. They'll be gambling They be gambling, thinking they're gonna come up. They be taking your money to invest in frivolous things that they'll take your money to invest in frivolous things in order to try to come up quick, get rich quick schemes. They'll mess around and get scammed. So many of these things be happening, y'all, and so many of y'all will understand it, and y'all have dealt with it before, right? You get it too, don't you? Because so many people have had to deal with this person over time. Like, because the narcissistic person, I'm telling you, they will have you working and working and working to the nubs of your little nubby fingers, right? And still won't be appreciative of anything that you do because they feel like they're entitled to it. That's their narcissistic ego kicking in, feeling like they're entitled to everything that you have going on just because they are your spouse, just because they are your friend, or whatever the case may be, right? This happens too. And broke narcissists are not just only spouses. They can be your friends. They can be your parents. Because some of our parents are narcissists, right? And those narcissistic parents that maybe were unfortunate through their adulthood and couldn't save any money up, and they had children. They feel like those kids are they feel like their own kids are their inheritance. Like, I'm inheriting my kids to take care of me. So the broke narcissist, or the narcissist who doesn't have a lot of money, who doesn't have a lot of resources and whatnot, will absolutely feel like they're entitled to their children's money as well. The narcissistic parent can be just as bad as another narcissist, right? Can be just as bad as a narcissistic spouse. I've talked to so many people that have narcissistic mother-in-laws or narcissistic father-in-laws that are ruining their marriage because, like, they're ruining, like, let's say I have a narcissistic mother-in-law. She's ruining my marriage with their child because they feel like they're entitled to our money because I'm married to their child. Like, their child is my spouse, so they feel like they're entitled to my money as well. They feel like our household income should go to support them. And that ends up happening a lot, y'all. I get some, I don't be trying to cover too much real life stuff on here, but like some real life stuff going on in my real life that has happened before. Like, they feel like they're entitled to having their own children take care of them as they get older. And should some of our kids take care of us when we get older? Yeah, y'all. Everybody's circumstances are going to be different, right? There are going to be some extenuating circumstances where, look, my mom is not a narcissist, and if she gets older and whatnot and can't take care of herself, I'm going to help support my mama. Not because I feel like I'm indebted to her or whatever, because my mama's a good woman. She's not a narcissist, and she deserves the best, in her next, how many years we got left, right? She deserves the best. But there's some narcissistic parents that are just, it won't be nice to you. They won't feel, they will not feel grateful for you taking care of them. They will not feel grateful for you supplying them any type of money because they feel like they're entitled to it. Entitlement and gratitude cannot exist in the same space together, y'all. They just can't. Those two things are diametrically opposed. They cannot exist in the same space. You cannot feel entitled to something and feel grateful for it. So your partner, parent, whoever that narcissist is that doesn't have a lot of money in your life, the broke narcissist, like, they cannot be grateful for what you do because they feel entitled for what you have done. They feel like you should give that to them anyway. Hey, I'm doing this. I need that money. So a lot of times they'll be begging you. Look, when you don't look, I got plenty of people that have sent me text messages from their narcissistic parent or partner or whatever, right? The narcissistic spouse or partner sending them messages about asking them for more money. It's just like, hey, how's that job hunt going? Well, I'm trying to hunt for a job. Why don't you just give me $20 to tomorrow? And imagine your partner asking you for $20 every single day or whatnot, and they still haven't haven't had a job in years. I know I told the story recently about the woman who her partner got fired from his job or got laid off or whatever, and he spent 14 years looking for a job, and he just sitting on the couch for 14 years, just lazy as hell, building model airplanes, feeling entitled to his wife's money, even though she works. You see what I'm saying? He was a stay-at-home parent. I'm staying home with the parents, but he didn't do anything for the kids. The kids, when they got older, they cut him off. It's like, well, we hate dad. Like, he was a horrible stay-at-home parent. Like, he didn't help us at all. Like, we raised ourselves. His lazy, stinking ass was sitting in the living room, twiddling his fingers, not doing anything. He didn't help us at all. So no, they didn't respect him. They end up cutting him off. But the wife was left to deal with him, and she was working 2 jobs to support the household, and his lazy ass wasn't doing anything. He felt entitled to her money, which is exactly why when she filed for divorce, he tried to get alimony from her. He's like, I haven't worked in 14 years and I'm accustomed to some type of lifestyle. He had willfully not worked for 14 years. And when she tried to go file for divorce, he said he's going to take alimony from her. He said he's going to get alimony. He's like, yo, I have a lifestyle I'm accustomed to, so you can divorce me and I'm still going to get your money. You're still going to have to work 2 jobs because I have saved all. This man was saving her tax returns. This man saved all her tax returns, right? Even though they were filing married, he was not working. He saved all the tax returns so he could just show how much income that she was making, so he can make sure he get every dollar of alimony he was deserving of, because he had put up with her for 14 years of not working and hearing her mouth, hearing her complain. He felt like, and this is what a lot of narcissists will do, they will feel like you're complaining about them when you're just asking them to go get a job, when you're just asking them to work or do something, you're asking them to help around the house. They will feel like you are complaining. Ain't that crazy? They'll feel like you're complaining about them, is complaining to them about some stuff that they should already be doing. A lot of narcissists are horrible people, y'all. Let's just keep it hot. There are a lot of narcissists out there that are absolutely repugnant, horrible people, and they will not get better. They will drain your resources dry, and they will blame you for giving them money. They will blame you for y'all being broke together now. Like, they will drag you down. Well, matter of fact, one of my friends online literally just posted a GoFundMe. She said before she met her narcissistic ex, she had like $120,000 in the bank, $50,000 in a retirement account, and she had some investment properties and everything. She was doing good. But then after 2 years of being together, he convinced her to just give him all her money, her investments so he can invest and stuff like that. And now she's $100,000 in debt. Like, her situation has like flipped on its head. Now she's like, she got fired from her job or whatever. I was like, crazy. I was like, they will drain your resource. And he blamed her. Like, well, you shouldn't have given it to me. You didn't have to give it to me. And every time that she said no about money, that man complained, whined, kicked, screamed, made her feel guilty, and lost it. But then when they got broke, and then she filed for divorce, he's like, well, you didn't have to give me that money. Like, just dumb on your part. Why would you keep giving me money when you see I'm blowing it? When you see my investments are not working, that's on you. You should have cut me off. Like, why would you steal? This is like feeding, and this like giving an addict drugs and just hoping that they stop on their own. It's like giving an alcoholic alcohol and just hoping that they stop drinking on their own. You see? That's what you keep supplying alcoholic alcohol. He blamed her. You know, I know some people are like, well, gotta make sense. We're not victim blaming on this channel, y'all. But anyways, y'all, that broke narcissist will absolutely try to ruin your life and ruin their own at the same time. So you have to be very careful with these people, y'all, because they don't care about you. They don't care what you're going through or what you're experiencing or how you're surviving, about the kids. They don't care about leaving the kids a college fund or any type of 401k unless they can spend it. Right? They will take your resources. They will take everything because they feel entitled to it. Again, in conclusion, both entitlement and gratitude cannot exist in the same space, y'all. Yeah, I thank y'all for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, click one of these videos on the screen. Also, my coaching, my courses, everything is available at mentalhealness.net. You can find all of that in the description of every video and every podcast. And I will see y'all later. Peace.